it is that the glass-type device finally has a tracking camera. Yes, hello. I am Na de shiko Yamato, a VR AR device reviewer. This time, I would like to introduce the next-generation AR glasses, Xreal Air 2 Ultra. Xreal Japan has just unveiled their latest AR glasses, Xreal Air 2 Ultra, for the first time in Japan. I was also invited to the event to experience the Air 2 Ultra for myself. It was an extremely valuable event because it was the first time for the product to be shown to the public in Japan. Therefore, I would like to review what the latest next-generation AR glasses are like, as well as introduce the new information announced this time and the event. If you are interested in AR glasses and VR, please subscribe to our channel and give us a high rating. Let's get started. First of all, since many of you may not be familiar with AR glasses, let me explain briefly. To begin with, AR glasses are like sunglasses with a display, and I believe they are generally recognized as such. There is a wide range of types, but I think the two main differences are whether or not they have tracking capabilities. I have reviewed a number of AR glasses on my channel, and the products aimed at the general consumer market are mainly those without tracking capabilities. Without tracking capabilities, they cannot provide spatial awareness or tracking, so they are used to mirror the screen of a connected device. This allows you to enjoy a movie in any position you like, play games, or mirror your PC screen to use it like a monitor anywhere. There are many different manufacturers of AR glasses around the world, and Xreal, the company we will be discussing here, has introduced many products to the market in the past, and I have reviewed several of them. Xreal has introduced a number of products in the past that I have reviewed, including the Xreal Lite and Xreal Air. The Xreal Lite is the model with tracking, and the Xreal Air is the model without tracking. More recently, the Air 2 model has been introduced with some minor changes that we feel have improved overall satisfaction. In addition, a model called Air 2 Pro has been introduced, which has a dimming feature, similar to the way sunglasses darken. The density of the darkening of the lenses can be adjusted electrically, allowing the user to switch between 3 levels of density at will. The above is a rough explanation. Among the various presentations at the event, I would like to share with you some of the points that I personally found very interesting. How many AR glasses do you all think have been sold worldwide? 100 0 units, 500 0 units, 100 units, etc. I'm sure there are many different opinions. According to this announcement, the cumulative sales of Xreal's products have reached approximately 350 0 units. This figure is across all of Xreal's products, including Xreal Air. The company also announced the market share of Xreal's AR glasses. Based on data from all generations, Xreal has about a 45% share of the market. So, given the overall size of the current AR glasses market, we can roughly double that and estimate that there are less than 800 0 to 1 million units. What do you think, everyone? Do you think that there are currently about 800 0 AR glasses-like products worldwide, which is a lot or a little? Let us know in the comments. By the way, as a comparison, there is MetaQuest's Quest series. The total number of units shipped in this series has exceeded about 20 million as of 2023. I think this is quite well known, but I believe the number has increased even more as of 2024. Also, the Quest 3, the newest device, is now available, so we don't have any new numbers, but it is probably closer to 25 or 30 million units. I do not know. In comparison, the market for AR glasses is less than 1 million units, which personally gives me the impression that it is surprisingly small. In terms of the number of products, I feel that VR is by far more widespread. I had expected AR glasses to be a bit more widespread, so this was quite surprising. After these various presentations, it was finally time for Xreal's Air 2 Ultra to make its appearance. I have previously described the features and functions of this product in another video, but now that I have had a chance to touch the actual product, I would like to share my experience with you. This was really the first time it was exhibited in Japan, so it was really amazing to be able to participate in it. The appearance of the Xreal Air 2 Ultra looks like this. At first glance, it looks like a pair of sunglasses, and I believe Xreal is going for a very stylish look in their design. It's a pretty good looking design. The best feature, however, is the two sides. The round pouches on both sides, these are the tracking cameras. What a great advance for an AR glasses type device to have a tracking camera. And it looks very stylish. It looks almost the same as the Xreal Air 2 and Xreal Air 2 Pro. It seems like a camera and a lot of other features would be added, but I was very surprised to see that the difference in appearance, when compared, is only whether there is a camera or not, and that the the stylishness is not lost at all. Now you see 3 AR glasses on the screen. Do you know which one is which? One is the Xreal Air 2. The second one is the Air 2 Pro, and the last one is the Air 2 Ultra. If you can tell them apart, you are very familiar with AR glasses. These have small SLAM sensors on both sides, which allow them to measure your position and recognize the movement of your hands with hand tracking. They also have environmental mapping, which allows the camera alone to recognize the structure of the room and generate a mesh. I think it is very impressive that it is multifunctional, yet does not lose its stylishness. Not only that, it is surprisingly lightweight. At a whopping 80 it is almost the same as previous Xreal products, isn't it? I think it is very amazing that the weight remains almost the same even with the camera, etc. mounted. Furthermore, it has an excellent weight balance. The weight balance is said to be 5-to-5 front to back, or in essence 1-to-1. As mentioned in the previous Air 2 Pro review video, the advantage of a good weight balance makes a big difference when wearing the device for long periods of time. The difference is especially noticeable when wearing them for long periods of time, such as watching movies. Wearing stress, especially the nose pad, is more comfortable without pressure on the nose area of the eyes. The improved weight balance in the Air 2 Pro has resulted in a much better wearing experience. The Xreal Air 2 Ultra follows suit, and we feel that the wearing comfort has been further improved. Not only that, but surprisingly, the Xreal Air 2 Ultra has a titanium frame. Speaking of titanium frames, we were impressed by their use in the latest version of the iPhone. The titanium frame was also adopted for the Air 2 Ultra this time. And it seems that this is the first time a titanium frame has been adopted in the AR glasses area. What is good about it is that it increases durability and contributes to weight reduction. I personally did not understand it well, although it was explained that it also contributes to the viewing angle. I didn't really understand why a change in the frame material would affect the viewing angle. However, there was an explanation to that effect. So, this is what hand tracking looks like. If you watch the video, you can get a general idea of what hand tracking is. There are quite a few VR headsets that can use hand tracking, but hand tracking is the one that recognizes your hands and recognizes the bending of your fingers to control them without using a controller. In the case of Xreal, the tracking accuracy of hand tracking seemed to be getting better and better during the development process. I will show you how it looks like later. I'm looking forward to it. And here is the spatial mapping. In case you are wondering, this is a video in the middle of development, so it may not be that visually interesting, but you can see how they are meshing surfaces like a table. I think this is pretty amazing that the ability to map space in a way that really feels like Quest 3 or PSVR 2 is now available in a stylish, small device called AR glasses. AR glasses with a camera was in the Xreal Lite before, but compared to the Lite, Air, and Air 2, it's a whole lot more stylish and probably has all kinds of improved performance. The Air 2 Ultra has many other features. Take for example the dimming function. As introduced earlier, the density of the lens changes electrically. This allows the lens transparency to be adjusted according to the environment. The nose pads have also been newly improved and are designed to be pressure resistant. This is to maintain comfort even during prolonged use. In terms of weight balance, as introduced earlier, the device is 5-to-5 front to back, or in essence 1-to-1 balanced, which makes it very comfortable to wear. In terms of device performance, I feel that the Air 2 Pro is following in the footsteps of the Air 2 Pro. On the other hand, there is something I have always wondered about. On the other hand, I have always wondered why the Air 2 Ultra and not the Xreal Lite 2 despite the presence of a tracking camera? This question has finally been answered. The reason for this question has finally become clear. Functionally, it is closer to the Lite series than to the Air series because of the tracking, but design-wise, it follows the Air series and looks and performs like an Air 2 Pro with a tracking camera. This is already the next generation of Xreal Air. The Xreal Air 2 Ultra supports full HD resolution and has a 52-deg viewing angle. Viewing angle is a measure of how wide an image appears to be, and it is common for VR goggles to have a viewing angle of over 100 deg. Compared to this, a viewing angle of 52 deg can be said to be quite narrow. For AR glasses, just displaying the screen of the connected device in front of your eyes can be practical enough. I think I have mentioned in another video that the added tracking functionality of the Xreal Air 2 Ultra can cause stress when looking over a wide area like VR goggles. where objects are always seen off-screen. I will try to show you what has happened with the Air 2 Ultra in this area as well. The Xreal Air 2 Ultra screen refresh rate supports up to 120 Hz. The screen brightness also supports up to 500 nits. It looks very good. As with the previous Xreal Air series, the glasses are connected to devices using the included USB Type-C cable. The cable extends from the left vine of the glasses, which is then connected to various devices such as smartphones, PCs, and game consoles. However, there was something that bothered me personally. There was a fashion show at this Xreal event. Various fashionable models walked the runway and wore Xreal Air. They walked the runway, posed, and merged glasses with fashion, sort of. It was my first time to see a fashion show, and I was very impressed, thinking it was amazing. However, there was just one thing that bothered me. Sure, it is fashionable, and Xreal AR is stylish. But the thing is that none of them were wearing cables. They were all cable-less. The original usage would have been to have a cable extending from the left vine and connect it to a smartphone or other device. However, in this fashion show, no one was using the cable. The lenses of the Xreal Air are blackened, so they can certainly function as sunglasses. For what it's worth, if they were AR glasses, I would have liked to have seen a fashion show with actual device connection with cable connection. I personally may or may not have wanted to see a realistic use case. They were used completely as sunglasses, so there was no point in having a display. What Xreal may have wanted to do was to show that AR glasses are stylish, or AR glasses are more stylish than VR headsets. Anyway, I felt that way. In fact, headsets are still hard to wear, and they are large and conspicuous, aren't they? It is still fine for use at home, but wearing it outside or using it in public feels too alien with a headset. In that sense, I am quite excited about the future evolution of glasses-type devices. If it looks as fashionable and stylish as the Xreal Air, don't you think it would be easier to use on the go? I guess that's what this fashion show was about. I don't really know. By the way, you have temples on your Xreal Air, the temples of glasses. They are a little stiff. It is hard to spread the temples outward unless you spread them out with your hands. So it is a little difficult to put on the glasses with one hand. And models pose on the runway at fashion shows, don't they? At that time, there was a scene where they put their glasses back on with one hand. But when I was actually watching the fashion show, I was enjoying the fashion show, thinking that it would be difficult to put them on with one hand. Maybe I am enjoying it a little wrong. Well, I still think it's better than the ones where the temples are too stiff and easy to come off. Let's get the XLR Air 2 Ultra installed, and I'll be reviewing the Air 2 Ultra. This review is based on a demo experience. The experience was conducted using the environment or app set up for the demo. The actual production version will probably use an app called Nebula instead of the demo environment app. Glasses are connected to a smartphone. I heard that it is also compatible with some PCs, but I am not very familiar with Nebula. So, I experienced a lot in this demo. Take a look at this. Here you see what looks like 3 paper tiles. These are markers. For example, there is a demo where you hold up a QR code and an AR object is displayed in 3 dimensions, right? You can operate Xreal Air by reading these markers in the same way. For example, it could be used to switch modes. When changing from movie viewing mode to other mode, the mode was changed by physically moving the marker. It was a very fresh and interesting experience to see just a piece of cardboard become the operating UI for AR glasses. However, this was a demo-specific experience, and I don't think we would use markers in everyday use. It is troublesome and impractical to assume markers in daily life, isn't it? I think this was a special experience. So, the first of my concerns about the Air 2 Ultra is the narrow viewing angle issue. As I mentioned earlier, the Air 2 Ultra has a viewing angle of only about 52 degrees. This is only about half the viewing angle of a typical VR headset. Therefore, I thought that the entire screen would not fit in my field of vision. In other words, I would not be able to see everything. In fact, when I put it on, the virtual image was not displayed in my entire field of vision, but it was probably a more normal and natural view than I had been pessimistic about. It's not good, but it doesn't seem to be that bad of an experience. Speaking of spatial computing, Apple has released a headset called the Apple Vision Pro, which I also posted a video review of. The Vision Pro is of course a headset, so the viewing angle is quite wide, but if you consider the Air 2 Ultra as a lower priced version of the Vision Pro, or as a glasses type Vision Pro, the 52-degree viewing angle may be acceptable. I felt that way. However, the range where markers can be tracked is slightly slightly narrower than the actual viewing angle of the screen. And the second point of interest with the Air 2 Ultra was the accuracy of its hand tracking. To operate the Air 2 Ultra using hand tracking, you use what's known as the finger pinch method. It's similar to the Vision Pro. You create an OK sign with your thumb and index finger, and pinching your fingers this way acts like a mouse click, selecting items. This gesture is like forming an OK sign. During the demo, this was used to manipulate sliders and press buttons, offering various selections. The accuracy felt okay, sort of moderate, but it seems there's a trick to it. By making the OK sign with your thumb and index finger and keeping your other three fingers, the pinky, middle, and ring finger, fairly straight, the accuracy apparently improves. Trying it out, I noticed an improvement in precision, so perhaps it does require some technique. Regarding the hand tracking's accuracy, or should I say its refresh rate, which I'm not too clear about, let's call it smoothness. If we talk about smoothness, I did feel it was a bit awkward, honestly. When the buttons on the screen are large, there's no inconvenience, but as they get smaller, the tracking and manipulation start to feel more difficult. In terms of tracking accuracy, the existing Vision Pro is just too superior, and fond memories of it remain, inevitably leading to comparisons. When compared, the tracking accuracy of the Air 2 Ultra does seem to fall short. A distinct difference from the Vision Pro is that the Air 2 Ultra does not have its processing power within the glasses. It relies completely on the connected device, in this case, a smartphone. If the smartphone's specs are weak, then the tracking accuracy and operation stability are likely to decrease, but if the smartphone has strong processing capabilities, it might function more naturally and work better. I haven't extensively tested this, so I can't be sure. But another point is that there probably aren't many smartphones compatible with it, which might be a challenge. I wonder what kind of smartphone would be needed for these AR glasses, but I believe there was a list on the official website. So, getting to the basic question of how you actually select buttons and such, the AR glasses use a laser that projects from the forehead area. It's that type of user interface. It reminds me a bit of the old VR headsets that didn't have controllers. Kind of nostalgic in a way. That's the kind of UI it had. You move your neck to align with the button you want to press, and once it's aligned, you bend your thumb and index finger to make an OK sign and click. That's the operation method. I think with the commercial version of the Ultra, you'd probably use an app called Nebula. Previously, Nebula used the smartphone itself as a controller, kind of like a gyro sensor, and it acted as a remote control. But the accuracy was so poor, I still remember it being the worst experience. You'd turn right, but the laser wouldn't go right at all. It just wouldn't move properly. I guess part of it is because it's quite an old product, and the accuracy was really sloppy. Compared to that, the method of selecting by swinging your neck to aim a laser projecting from your forehead might not be so bad. However, having experienced the Apple Vision Pro, I really start to miss the eye tracking feature. With eye tracking, it recognizes where you're looking. So if there's a button there, I could just look at it and it would select it. Then you'd perform the finger pinch to make the selection. That's how the Vision Pro worked. When you get to this point, you really start wanting eye tracking. I mentioned this to the staff and they agreed, kind of surprising me with their response. But then adding eye tracking would probably make the glasses bulkier and more expensive, potentially complicating things quite a bit. So I guess this is probably the best they can do for now. Additionally, I also had the chance to watch 3D movies, like a demo version of the movie Avatar. You could watch it in 3D, which was pretty impressive. That was part of the demo experience I had, and overall it felt quite good. How was that? I realize it might have been a bit hard to follow. From my perspective, it seems that the value of the Xreal Air 2 Ultra lies in packing what might be considered a slightly degraded version of the Apple Vision Pro into an AR glass. The fact that it retains a stylishness not seen in previous products while still offering tracking capabilities is pretty impressive. The price of the Xreal Air 2 Ultra is reportedly 99,800 yen. Regarding the release timing, there's a bit of an update. Due to an overwhelming number of global pre-orders for the Xreal Air 2 Ultra, the product supply couldn't keep up, so shipments for orders placed by March 31st, 2024 have been delayed until the end of May for batch dispatch. For those who place orders from April 2024 onwards, shipments will be carried out sequentially after the end of May. So it seems there are quite a few pre-orders indicating that these AR glasses are attracting considerable global attention. Due to the shipment delay, pre-order customers will receive a free spatial marker from Xreal, which is interesting as a commemorative gift, though its practical usefulness is not clear. Additionally, there's a new life support campaign going on. Xreal Air usually doesn't have many sales, but surprisingly, from March 19 to March 31, you can purchase the Xreal Air at a 16% discount. This brings the price down from 49,980 yen to 41,980 yen, approximately an 8,000 yen discount. This offer is available through Xreal's direct sales site, their official e-commerce site, and platforms like Amazon. There's another deal running from March 22 to April 1, during which the Xreal Air and Beam set is available at a discounted price. Beam, as I've mentioned before, is a peripheral device by Xreal, normally priced at 66,960 yen. It will be sold for 56,916 yen, roughly a 10,000 yen discount, and this offer is limited in quantity. The exact number of units available isn't specified, and the sale will end once the stock runs out, so those interested might want to place their orders soon. Using the Xreal Air 2 Ultra gave me the impression that it's somewhat like a lighter, smaller, and more affordable version of the Apple Vision Pro. Although it falls short in performance and features, it excels in stylish appearance and prioritizes affordability. The Vision Pro costs about 500,000 yen, right? In comparison, the Xreal Air 2 Ultra is priced around 100,000 yen, which is roughly 1/5 of the price. Considering this, it's quite impressive. So in terms of future usage, it seems practical to use glasses-type devices when out and about, and more immersive headsets at home. It's exciting to imagine these possibilities. The Xreal Air 2 Ultra, although available for general consumers to pre-order, seems primarily targeted at researchers, developers, and business users. This focus probably explains why I initially found it hard to envision practical uses for the AIR 2 Ultra. The Apple Vision Pro, as impressive as it is in terms of specs for a headset, still lacks practical spatial computing content. I believe there are hardly any practical applications for the Vision Pro either. Similarly, the AIR 2 Ultra lacks practical spatial computing content, at least based on what I experienced at the event, making it hard to imagine real-life scenarios. In essence, current products like these are in a phase of developing content. In a few years, just like Apple Vision, devices will become more sophisticated and content for spatial computing will become more practical and abundant. This developmental phase is necessary for that progress, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds. I was fortunate to experience these near-future devices ahead of time. For the general public, non-tracking AR glasses are currently more practical. They're suitable for watching movies or playing games in bed or mirroring a PC screen. These are the practical uses available right now. The Xreal Air 2 Ultra, though accessible to the general public, is pricey. Spatial computing content interesting for developers seems largely unnecessary for general users at the moment. For those just wanting practical applications, non-tracking AR glasses that enable enjoyable experiences like watching movies or playing games are already sufficient. I've reviewed various AR glasses, so I hope you'll check out my videos for more insights. Please subscribe and like if you're interested in further updates on AR and VR technologies. I'll see you in another video. Bye.